See so many of the generous donors to this project, so many community leaders whose support have been so valuable, Rotarians from surrounding communities, and Kiwanis Club members who joined in this park effort, all of us working for the better community, and especially all the young people whom we hope will find many, many hours of activity. As we begin our program, I'd like to call on the Boy Scouts of Troop 246 to present the flag of our nation and lead the official pledge to our flag. The Boy Scouts of Troop 246. I should say a Moraga troop.
Color guard attention, audience attention, color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, please post the colors. Scout salute. Audience, please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Color guard, forward march.
We're going to take just a few minutes to hear a few of the many people who made this playground a reality. First, let me say a word about a service club, because this was started by the service clubs of our area, primarily the Moraga Rotary Club, which was created and spearheaded this project. Rotary International, which was created in 1905, was the very first service club to provide friendship, enhance business and professional relations, undertake projects in the community and around the world to really build better communities. And that's what we've done today, to help children in a wide variety of ways and to enhance our community facilities. And then came Kiwanis Club and Lions Club and several other service clubs, and we're indebted to all of them in our community for what they do for Moraga. 50 years ago, Moraga Rotary was established in Moraga. It is now one of the 34,000 Rotary clubs in 200 nations of the world. One community leader who's been a member of that club for 50 years. I want to introduce John Erickson to give us just a few remarks, because this is a celebration of 50 years of Moraga Rotary. John Erickson, former owner of Ace Hardware, and if you want to go to Lafayette, which is perfectly respectable, you can go to Ace Hardware in Lafayette. Erickson.
Well, thank you, everybody. This is a great turnout. My gosh, we are really pleased to see all you people and the kids. But as Cliff said, our Moraga Rotary was chartered 50 years ago last June. And we started out meeting in Bream at projects over those years. Nothing on this scale. This was a biggie. And we've done a lot in the community trying to do a project every year. So thank you all for coming. I have spoke my 5 minutes, and so I'll turn it back to Cliff.
Project. Kevin Renault was president of Moraga Rotary, so he and a small committee took on the major lead of launching a project that we called an All-Access Playground. So let's hear from past president of Rotary, Kevin Renault, to give us an idea. Kevin.
Thanks, Cliff. Thank you all for coming out today, and whoever arranged this weather, thank you. It's a little bit better than the forecast for last week. I was told to give a little background about this project, and it's something special, and almost all of you are part of it, whether you participated by giving some donations or coming out and help us build this 3 Saturdays ago. So it truly is a gift to the community, but it's from the community, and we're thrilled to be part of this. This started out about a year ago when Cliff said, you know, brainstorming, we should do something for the community in honor of our 50th anniversary. And we started talking, and he said, you know, maybe it's a playground for the children of this community and the greater community. So yeah, we thought, you know, that's a great idea, Cliff. Well, we thought that was a $25,000 to $30,000 project. I don't remember, John, Tony, you and I walked up here to this little slab over here about, you know, 1,000 square feet, and said, well, is this the place? But it evolved. As we got in and did some research, we decided we needed a more robust playground, and the town played a big role in terms of this, because we were also thinking about Rancho Laguna Park, because it already had a pre-made thing, but the town council said, you know, for something like this, it should be in the center of town, and we want to attract people from throughout Lamorinda and throughout Contra Costa County. So we decided to use this plot of land that had a big slant on it. It was just totally underutilized. So we made that decision, but we never in our wildest dreams thought we would. What we've done is raised over $340,000 for this project. And as everybody who came here a few minutes early saw, there's no way to keep the kids out. They see a great looking playground, yellow tape or not, they're coming in. So, and that's why we also want to keep this ceremony short and let the kids do what they do best. We did, as Cliff said, started a committee to do this thing. And what we really did, or where we should take credit for, is just not allow any negativity, not look at how big this project would be, and because the natural reaction is there's no way we can accomplish that. We're only a 32-member club, so to raise over $340,000 is a pretty big deal, and I think it's the largest gift to Public Works to the town in its history. So we feel great about that. But a lot of you had a large part of that. I just wanted to throw out a few thank yous, and then Cliff's going to introduce Jay, who played a big role, and a few other people, and then we'll get out of the way and let the kids play. But I wanted to thank Ann Damasceno, who helped us as well. We went out to the local foundations and bigger foundations and got major gifts from the Wayne Gladys Valley Foundation and the Dean and Margaret Lesher Foundation, but also some people also gave gifts. Safeway Foundation, Mechanics Bank, just so many people that helped. John and Tony acted basically as general contractors out here every day, making sure there's some progress. And some days they couldn't find anybody working, but that they were out here every day, and so they kept the project on pace. We also had the local community groups that stepped up. Moraga Movers put in $10,000 from their membership dues, which is an incredible gift. The Moraga Parks Foundation, the Moraga Community Foundation, the Lamorinda Parks Foundation, the Lamorinda Community Foundation. Just everybody tried to contribute because they all, and it was Cliff's idea, but all saw the value in doing something for the kids. And as you know, this concept is not just, it's for all our kids. So anybody who has any disability or special needs also can play side by side. One of the, I was just going to say, one of the things in a fundraising job or drive is to get some initial enthusiasm. And there's a couple people I want to point out, Joan Brazzoni being one. She wrote us a check for $1,000 before we even got the words out of our mouth, and then came back with a much larger gift to really start this project off with some momentum. So Joan, I know you're here, but thank you so much. I know that you want to do this for the community kids. Jody Parker early on said, you know, I want to donate, but not only that, she went to all her friends and got, you know, a good dozen of them, strong-armed them to saying, you have to make a gift to this. So those types of things are invaluable. As you start a project, you see people step to the plate, and it just is a huge difference. Our committee members, we just rolled up our sleeves, and people came. Steve Parlett, who is a Lafayette resident, and he'll talk in a little bit, but volunteered to help us. Not only did he write a nice check, but he came and we strategically planned for all this. As I said, John Erickson, we could have saved $30,000 by just doing a chain link fence. And he said, no, we got to do a really beautiful fence. And so it's people like him stepping up and saying, hey, let's not settle for second best. Let's get this park and this playground to be a real jewel. So they all played very, very important roles. And when we had the community build, Vanessa at Orchard Supply Hardware said, you need concrete? She didn't know we eventually needed over 160 bags of concrete, but she didn't say anything. She said, just come and get them. So thanks to Vanessa and Orchard. Evie, who's on our committee, she has a talent for, I guess, painting eggs, and she did fundraisers of painting eggs. So it takes a community to do something like this, and I really think we captured the heartbeat of this community, and everybody joined in. So again, thank you all for coming out, and I'm going to let Cliff introduce a few other people. Thank you.
Your leadership and sharing a bit of this history. It's mentioned that our Rotary Foundation had a supporting role in the project, and I'd like to point out a couple of the Rotary leaders that have assisted us all along the way. Last year, the Rotary District Governor was from Berkeley, Fred Calignan. I don't know whether Fred is here. He said, but he was not only supporting us, we saw that he made his donation as well. And currently the Rotary District Governor for Northern California is Gary Vilhauer. I see Gary over there. Gary, put up your hand. We want to thank you for all the support you've given with the clubs around the area to support this project. And I want to mention the chairman of the Rotary District Rotary Foundation, because they gave us some nearly $30,000 for the project and money additional for the sidewalk, so that it's ADA compliant to get down to the playground. The grants of the Rotary Foundation and the other Rotary clubs have been extremely significant. One guy who abandoned ship along the way, but was so important in helping get this project in the planning and the design, was Jay Ingram, who was head of our Parks Department. Jay, he went to some other town. It's a ABC town. I don't know where it is. Come on up here, Jay. And we want to thank you for the leadership you gave to all of us. And say a few words here, if you would.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. All right, I don't want to start off on a negative tone, but I will. Kevin and Cliff, you were wrong. This isn't about a little bit over a year in the workings. 2015, Kevin and John Erickson and I stood over by the upper playground to try to start talking about this. And like Kevin said, it was about a $30,000 or $40,000 project. Well, most of you know that this is now over a $500,000 project. This is, in the 40 plus years of Moraga's history, I would say this is the most monumental project that this town, who was based in service organizations, has ever pulled off. And I think it's important to be said that Rotary, who again is a club of 32 individuals, pulled off this over $500,000 project and made it happen for this community, the Lamorinda community, and well beyond. I want to thank the Park and Recreation Commission for shepherding this project to the council. I want to thank the council for their verbal support and financial support. And I'll just end by saying, Rotary, thank you for creating community and continuing to create community in Moraga for decades to come. Thank you.
Right, Jay. Supportive and interested in this campaign. And one such parent was Stephen Parlett of Lafayette. And I'd like to invite Steve to come over here and just say a few words on behalf of the parents who have supported this playground so very, very much.
Great, thanks you, Cliff. Thanks everybody for for coming out to celebrate this fun event. Thanks so much to the donors, the town of Moraga, the Rotary, and in particular the handful of dedicated individuals who have been since mentioned, and I've been able to watch their numerous hours and unwavering dedication to the project. I first became involved with the playground committee in November 2016 as a parent of a special needs child and Lafayette resident, and I just wholeheartedly agreed that this was a project that the community needed, and I quickly saw that the Moraga Rotary had put together a great project, and this was really the perfect place to have this type of playground across Lamorinda. I've had the privilege, really, for the last 15 years or so, of witnessing firsthand how well this community supports kids. They need some extra help. We have some fantastic local programs such as Xenophon and Lamorinda, the Challenger baseball team of Lafayette Little League, and that provide the regular scheduled activities, but there's not necessarily a lot of open play type activities. And with Challenger baseball and many of the programs inside our schools, there's a great amount of emphasis of interaction between kids, regular developing kids and kids with special needs, and it's something that really makes this community stand out, and is very appreciated to my family and other families that have kids with special needs. With this playground, we've collectively created a really special place for unscheduled play. This is a place where the entire family can come to this park on such a nice day like this and have a variety of places to play, no matter the age or ability of everybody in the family. And I really think this is going to be an area where people will play together, siblings and friends, and kids who may have not yet experienced other children with challenges will quickly see how they can help and play together. My son Adam has a limited ability to communicate. When you add a little bit of extra effort and add some fun and joy to his day, he will turn, look at you, and smile. When you get that smile, it's gold. This playground is going to create so many smiles for so many years to come, and that is the best type of gratitude that you can ask for. So thanks again for coming out and helping this project.
Thank you so much, Steve, for your very thoughtful comments. Clearly, one of the most important features of this community edition has been the fantastic cooperation from our Moraga Town Council and working with the volunteer groups of our area. I suspect, as Kevin said earlier, that $350,000 is the largest gift from a volunteer group to the town of Moraga, and I think that sets the tone for others. But it's a pleasure now to call on behalf of the town council the mayor of Moraga, Dave Trotter. Dave, come on up here.
I want to thank everybody for coming today. What a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day for all of us. A great turnout. Thank you all for being here. And of course, I'm here representing the town council. I'm not the only town council member here today. I think we have Jeanette Fritzke in the crowd. Jeanette.
Good.
And I think I saw Vice Mayor Teresa Noda being very incognito over there in those shades. Kimberly Corpus and Roger Weichel, I've not seen. I don't think they could be with us today. But anyway, thank you for coming. And I really, was going to talk about everything, what everybody else talked about. So I'll keep these comments really, really brief. It's a case where Stephen talked about all the smiles that are going to be happening on this playground. But the fact of the matter is that we're going to hear a lot of gleeful laughter and shouts and joy, and that's what this is all about. This is a great volunteer project, and we all owe a great debt of gratitude from the Rotary Foundation for pulling this off for the greater benefit of the Moraga community. So a big round of applause again for Rotary for making this happen. And it's I got some information from Edric Kwan, our town engineer and public works director. The total amount of funding for this was $652,000. Of that, approximately $350,000 has come from Rotary, and that includes what we understand is coming, according to Kevin, a further donation of about $61,000. So they had raised $285,000 as of last August, and they just kept raising money. And again, that's what it's all about. This is a place that runs on the backs of the volunteers that make this a great community to live. So I think it's also worth noting that the remainder of the funding came from other pots of money controlled by the town of Moraga. I want to make it clear that none of those involve tapping our general fund or our general fund surplus. We got $65,000 from the Palos Colorado's developer fund, and that's a fund that's been set aside to fund recreation projects, so this is right in the wheelhouse of that fund. We got $212,000 from the Quimby Act, from developers that have built here and put a little bit away into a fund that's strictly for parks and recreation projects. We got $15,000 from the Municipal Pooling Authority, which is the insurance company to make this place even a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mayor Dave.
Rotary Club of Moraga, and it reads, presented to Lamorinda All-Access Playground in Moraga, California, on behalf of the California State Senate and the people of the 7th Senate District, and in celebration of the grand opening of the Lamorinda All-Access Playground, I congratulate the Rotary Club of Moraga on this special occasion and join the community in welcoming everyone to play. Thank you for this gift to the community.
Thank you very, very much for that citation. In the assembly.
Thank you, Cliff. Isn't today a glorious reminder of how wonderful parks are and playgrounds are getting to come together? And we're really going to appreciate this shade in the summer. Not a lot of parks have the extra shade, so it's good to get to see such a great design. I'm here with two hats on. I'm here with my official state assembly hat on, and here is a mom who also scheduled her kids' play groups for about 5 or 6 years. With the state assembly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Diane, Rotary, Lions, Kiwanis, all the service clubs and others that Kevin and Stephen have mentioned today who came together and made this park possible. Parks make life better, and it is wonderful to get to celebrate this today. We also have a certificate. There's always fancy paper when there's a good occasion. We also have a certificate on behalf of the California State Assembly to present.
However, every donation was important to the success of the playground. So now let's have the ceremonial cutting of the official ribbon to open the playground. Diane Wilson, president of the Rotary Club, Mayor Dave Trotter to come up, along with Chairman Kevin Renew. Step up here, Kevin, here, and let's get this cut. Let's get a bunch of the kids down in front, so that's part of the program. The whole thing is for kids, and you've got some kids in the picture. Let's make sure we got, don't cut their fingers, please. There we go.
On the count of 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Hey, look at that. There you go. This looks like the opening of the gold rush. Here we go. Okay, all kids are welcome to come aboard. Thank you, Scouts, for helping us, and thank you all for people that are here today. Come on in and enjoy the park. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, man? Looking good. Good people.
you.